Yo guys, how's it going? It is your host, the Mexican Ghost, with the most of Ghost. Not really, I don't post that much of Ghost. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, what I want to talk about today is kind of like a lot of things, and there's a lot of things kind of like on my mind, like about Call of Duty and just kind of like the gaming in general. So I'm just gonna spit that out right here on this video while I'm playing a game of Ghost on the map Chasm, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it, I don't know. I just barely remember the name of the map right now. But yeah, I don't really use the honey badger throughout the whole game. I pull out some other gun. But yeah, I'm not here for the gameplay. I'm here to talk about, you know, is Call of Duty really dead? So like Ghost it's not a bad game, in my opinion. I genuinely enjoy Ghost. It's really fun to me, and it's just there's something. So I feel like at the time, like whenever it released to like another point, someone said something about the game, and then it's kind of true, or something happened that kind of like killed the game. And another thing that really killed the game is all the DLC that they're releasing. Like the only DLC I bought for this game is the first map pack. I haven't bought nothing else. I don't want none of those camos, none of that. We pay $60 for a full game. There's no need to release all these extra camos and skins and all that. Some of that stuff should be implemented into the full game. We don't pay $60 for about like 20 maps and about like 10 game modes, and a multiplayer with the reuse scene from MW2. Is just bullshit, man. But it's, to me, I really enjoy this game, and it's not a bad game. It's just some stuff about it. It's you could say it's the worst Call of Duty to be made. I don't really know. People are saying Advanced Warfare is going to be bad whenever there hasn't even been any multiplayer gameplay. The only gameplay we've seen is single player. I'm just kind of waiting to see what Sledgehammer Games is going to do with that game. I'm going to get it. I'm not sure about release day. Probably maybe the week of release day. Probably the week after that, Halo Master Chief Collection is going to be released, and the week after that, Far Cry 4. I'm not getting Far Cry 4. I'm getting the Master Chief Collection, and then after that, on that Friday, it will be Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I'll be getting that. But just Advanced Warfare. People have been asking for a change in Call of Duty. They say, "Oh, it's the same thing every year," and what is Advanced Warfare? Something different, and people are calling it Titanfall, saying it's Call of Duty's not it's just too much change for them, that people can't handle. But what were people asking for? Change. What did Sledgehammer Games bring? They brought change to the Call of Duty series. They're treating this new game of theirs like a new IP. Like, it's so much different than any other Call of Duty we're gonna see through what I've seen so far, and like what they've said. And it truly does look like something different that people have been asking for like the longest time, because everyone said it was the same thing every year. So why not give Sledgehammer Games a chance and let them do what they're doing? Because there's no need to really bash them for doing something different if you've been asking for that for the longest time. That's just like my opinion right there. And we have all these other games coming out, like Destiny, which the beta started today on PlayStation, which I don't have PlayStation. There's also something else like the console wars. I don't really see a reason for the console wars. If I had enough money to own both consoles, then I would have a PS4 and an Xbox One. But I just only have enough money for the Xbox One. But eventually I am going to be getting a PS4, probably saving up through my my own money. It's just I'll probably like even sell my 360 later on. Or, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my 360. But, I don't really see a reason for all this console wars, all this, which console's better, all that. Like, it doesn't matter. You're playing a game. It if you're gonna play a game, it doesn't matter what console you play it on, as long as you're having fun doing it. Because I have Xbox because that's where all my friends are. If I've been playing PlayStation for a long time, then yeah, I would have got a PlayStation 4 because that's where all my friends would have been. But I'd rather play like the game with my friends over anything else. So it's just, I don't like this console wars, this bashing on Call of Duty, because no matter what, Call of Duty is still gonna be like one of the best selling games just because it's Call of Duty. It's just, nobody really likes it, but everybody has to get it. It's just that kind of thing. There's something about it that is just, it's that first person shooter that you have to have for some reason. And I really like Call of Duty, and I really turned on that guy right there really hard. But it's just, I don't really understand this bashing on Call of Duty and all this. Titanfall was a good game for about a week or two. I still enjoy it to this day. I haven't been on my Xbox One in a while though. But yeah, Watch Dogs is a good game. But like I'm gonna tell you guys the games I'm getting this year as I go on that specialist 10-point streak, going ham, and then I die pretty soon. But I'm gonna tell you the order I'm getting, like the games I'm getting. So the next game I'm gonna get is probably gonna be Destiny, which is in September 9th. Then after that, we'll probably, I'm thinking of release dates right now, quote me if I'm wrong on this, whatever. But I think next would be Assassin's Creed Unity that I pre-ordered, and then after that would be Halo Master Chief Collection, and then after that, wait, what else? I'm not sure what else I've pre-ordered. I've pre-ordered more games than that. I think, oh wait, and Battlefield Hardline on October 21st, which people are saying that game looks like Battlefield 4, like a DLC for Battlefield 4. You could say that, but it's not really. So I'm still going to be getting all those games just because I enjoyed the previous ones, or if I wanted to try them out because they're new. So thank you guys for watching, listening to my opinions. It's been your host, Mexican Ghost, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Let's get away, man. The good life ain't far, and that's for sure. I'm staring out my windowsill, thinking how I grind just to make this dough. Sometimes it make me wonder, like even if I hustle through the rain and through the thunder, will I make it? I wonder, will I make it? Yeah, I guess I'll take a stand. I've really had enough of people flopping every time I try to make a plan.